Welcome students, welcome to the class or lecture of hydraulic engineering. So, in this lecture we will be discussing about hydraulic gradient line and total energy gradient line. Total gradient line or energy gradient line remains one and the same. This concept will be looking in this today's session. Okay. So, before we start this session, let us recall the Bernoulli's equation which we have done in our fluid mechanics 1, which says that the total energy at any point remains constant. Okay. So, total head is P by rho g plus V square by 2 g plus Z is equal to it is nothing but total head. So, here this P by rho g is known as, in this hydraulic gradient thing, this P by rho g, this P is nothing but P is pressure. P is pressure, static pressure, we call it as static pressure. Rho is density, g is acceleration due to gravity, g is acceleration due to gravity, where V is velocity of the flow, V is velocity of the flow, Z is datum, Z is generally datum head, we call it as arbitrary datum. For any pipe we take a reference section, if it is an inclined plane or a inclined pipe, what we take is we take one arbitrary point from where we measure the distances. So, that is nothing but Z datum h, this is all equals to the total head. Here the P by rho g is known as pressure head. Okay. This P by rho g, this quantity P by rho g is known as pressure head. And this V square by 2 g is known as kinetic head. This is known as kinetic head, and this Z is known as datum head. This Z is known as datum head. This Z is known as datum head. This capital H is total head. So, this total head is equal to pressure head plus kinetic head plus datum head. Okay. So, if we plot this total head line, it is known as total energy gradient line. And if we, and one more thing, this P by rho g plus Z is known as piezometric head. P by rho g plus Z is known as piezometric head, which we can see onto your screen. P by rho g plus Z, these two quantities together is known as piezometric head. Whereas only P by rho g is known as pressure head, only Z is known as datum head. Pressure head plus datum head gives rise to piezometric head. Okay. So, now let us see what is hydraulic gradient and what is total energy gradient. Hydraulic grade line. Okay. What is hydraulic grade line? See, look at this pipe cross section. This pipe is pumping water. Okay. The water is being carried in this transferred or pumped through this pipe. Different piezometers are installed. Okay. Piezometers gives pressure intensities, So, when the liquid is flowing, when the fluid is flowing through this pipe, these piezometers installed at various sections gives different readings. As you can see in the figure, various readings have been got. See this red marks, these are various piezometer readings. Okay. It is the line. What is hydraulic grade line? It is the line joining all the liquid levels in piezometers. What all piezometer reading which we are getting. Suppose this is a pipe, for example, this is a pipe. Here one piezometer is installed. Here one piezometer is installed. One more piezometer is installed over here. Okay. Here this is piezometer reading, this is piezometer reading. If we join this reading, so this line is known as hydraulic grade line. The line It is a line joining all the liquid levels in piezometers. Okay. It is the sum of pressure head and datum head. It is the sum of pressure head and datum head. See here, generally for a horizontal pipe, the datum head is the center of the pipe, central axis of the pipe. But in case of this, look at over here, suppose this is our datum head, this is the nothing but the value of z, this is nothing but the value of z, and this is the value of piezometer reading P by rho g. So, combination of these two, P by rho g plus z, gives our hydraulic grade line. It gives our hydraulic grade line. Slope of hydraulic grade line is known as hydraulic gradient. Slope of hydraulic grade line is known as hydraulic gradient. And what about this total energy line? Total energy line is nothing but combination of P by rho g, datum head, and one more, here we have our velocity head, V square by 2 g. When we add all this thing, we get total energy line. It is the graphical representation of total head at various points along a pipe. In hydraulic gradient, we are using only hydraulic grade line. What we are doing? We are just using two quantities. Over here. In hydraulic gradient, we have P by rho g, gamma is known as rho g plus z, whereas in total energy line we have P by rho g plus V square by 2 g plus z. These three all quantities, if we represent graphically, then it is a total energy line. If we represent only these two quantities, then it is a hydraulic grade line. That is the main difference between total energy line and hydraulic grade line. It is a sum of pressure head, velocity head. Velocity head is also known as kinetic head, and datum head. If the datum is 0, then the energy grade line is total energy line. If the datum, what do you mean by datum is 0? If the pipe is horizontal. If the pipe is horizontal, then hydraulic grade line is nothing, then the value of our z will be 0. Then the value of z will be 0. Now, let us see the practical scenarios. Okay. Practical scenarios of this variation of hydraulic grade line and total energy line in the practical examples, when we are conducting water from a reservoir to another reservoir or from a reservoir to a free surface. So, how all it varies, let us see in the practical examples. Yes, students, let us see these practical examples. Consider over here, just look at your screens. Let us see the practical examples how this hydraulic gradient line and total energy line, that is energy grade line, will be calculating in the real time examples. Okay. Let us consider that. Consider there is a reservoir A and reservoir B. Consider there are two reservoirs, reservoir A and reservoir B, and the liquid is being pumped under gravity or under gravity. This is under gravity basically. The liquid is being pumped through a constant diameter pipe from reservoir A to reservoir B. The liquid is being pumped, the liquid or fluid which is being pumped from reservoir A. This is nothing but our reservoir A. This is our pipe. This is our pipe. This is inclined pipe. Okay. This is, as you can see in the figure, this is inclined pipe. Through this inclined pipe, the fluid, the water from reservoir A is being transported to reservoir B. It is being transported under gravity. There are no pumps attached over here. This is this flow is under gravity from A, reservoir A to reservoir B. The flow through the constant diameter pipe, you can see at this pipe diameter also, it is constant diameter pipe. Constant diameter pipe in the sense, throughout the length of the pipe, the radius or diameter of the pipe is one and the same. Okay. So, what happens to this hydraulic grade line and total energy grade line? Let us see over here. This is our arbitrary datum. These dotted lines which you can see, these are our arbitrary datum. This is our reference plane. For an inclined plane, for an inclined pipe, there should be a reference plane. that we considered it as datum, generally we call it as datum head. Okay. Earlier we have seen datum head Z. Okay. Datum head, what was our total head equation? Total head is equal to P by rho g, which we call it as pressure head, plus V square by 2g, this we call it as kinetic head, plus Z, this Z is our datum head. Okay. So, this Z, this distance from this arbitrary plane to the center axis of the pipe is known as Z. This is the value. It is basically a numerical value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. It is a numerical value Z. Z is our numerical value. So, in this problem, hydraulic grade line, we will be looking at the variations of hydraulic grade line for an inclined pipe connecting two reservoirs, reservoir A and reservoir B. Okay. So, now let us talk about this hydraulic grade line. Look at the surface of the water at reservoir A. This is our surface, water surface. This is our water surface of reservoir A, water surface of reservoir A, and this is our water surface of reservoir B. Look, let me just find out the pointer. This is the water surface of reservoir B. Water surface of reservoir B. Now, just look at the variations, how this hydraulic grade line is represented by this smooth line. Okay. This thick line, this hydraulic grade line. Okay. This is our hydraulic grade line. Okay. Now, look at this variation of this hydraulic grade line. What is hydraulic grade line? In earlier thing what we have seen, the definition of hydraulic line, it is the line joining all the liquid levels in piezometers, See, look at over here in the figure, where is the piezometer? See, this is our pipe. Through the pipe, various piezometers are attached. This was our pipe, right? This is our pipe. To this pipe, this piezometer is attached, and this is the piezometer reading. This is the piezometer reading at one piezometer, and another piezometer reading is here. So, line joining this all piezometer readings is nothing but hydraulic grade line. This is nothing but hydraulic grade line. Line joining all the piezometer heads is hydraulic grade line. And look at the surface of the water. Hydraulic grade line starts over here. Okay. So, at the reservoir A, this hydraulic grade line is not continuous, it is not specific. Here it is constant smooth line. Okay. It is specific over here. Here you can see it is represented by dotted lines. It is represented by dotted lines. Why it is? It is due to sudden pressure drop. Why this change in hydraulic gradient at the water surface at the starting of the reservoir A? It is due to sudden pressure drop. As you know that when the water is flowing from point A to point B, there is a constant pressure drop. Due to that constant pressure drop, there is a changes. There is a abrupt hydraulic grade line, and there is a abrupt hydraulic grade line. And when you look at the reservoir B thing, this hydraulic grade line meet the surface of reservoir B. This is meet at the surface of reservoir B. Just look at the reservoir B, where this hydraulic gradient line meet. This is our hydraulic gradient line. It meets at the surface of the reservoir, whereas at the reservoir A, what happens? It falls below the reservoir. There is a abrupt changes over here in this region. Okay. And when we talk about this total energy line, here at the entrance from the reservoir A, this is our entrance of the pipe, right? Here towards from the reservoir, what happens? Suddenly liquid try to enter this pipe. So, there is a entrance loss. Basically. Okay. There is a entrance loss. Why this entrance loss happens? Entrance loss happens because when the water from this reservoir A, it forcefully try to enter this pipe, there is a some entrance loss. We have seen in earlier classes, we have studied about this minor losses, which were entrance losses, exit losses due to sudden contraction, and there is a sudden contraction of things happen when the liquid enters from a larger diameter pipe to a smaller diameter pipe. What happens? There is a vena contracta is formed. Vena contracta is formed. What is vena contracta? Vena contracta is minimum area, the minimum cross sectional area, the place of minimum cross sectional area, we call it as vena contracta. So here the energy loss, entry loss of 0.5 V square by 2G occurs. That's why just look at over here, from the surface of the reservoir, this is our total energy line. This total energy line from the surface of the reservoirs is lowered by the amount of 0.5 V square by 2G, which is nothing but a entry loss, which is nothing but a entry loss. Due to this entry loss, this our dotted line, which is total energy line. This dotted line is total energy line. Total energy line falls below the surface of water surface of reservoir A by the amount of 0.5 V square by 2G, which is nothing but a entry loss. And similarly, look about the variation of total energy line at the exit. At the exit, if you notice that this value, this our total energy line is raised from the water surface of the B, of reservoir B. Here at the, if you look at the reservoir B, I am locating the pointer. At the reservoir B, this is our total energy line, this is our water surface. So there is a raise, in total energy line by the amount of V square by 2G, which is nothing but a exit loss. Why this exit loss occurs? Due to here, when the water from the pipe is entering into this reservoir, as this pipe is submerged in the water, as the pipe is submerged in the water, an exit losses occurs. Due to this exit losses, our total energy line is raised from the water surface of B by the value of V square by 2G, which is nothing but exit loss. At the surface A, at the the total energy line at reservoir A falls below the water surface, whereas when come to reservoir B, what happens? It get raised. At the exit, what happens? Exit losses occurs, and in the reservoir A, what happens? Entry losses occurs. So this was the example of hydraulic grade line and energy grade line for an inclined pipe connecting two reservoir, for inclined pipe connecting two reservoirs. When the pipe is horizontal, the scenario will be somewhat different. Let us see what will be the difference. Now, as we know that energy equation, our energy equation, the total head is nothing but pressure head plus kinetic head plus datum head. This P by rho g, pressure head plus P by rho g plus datum head, that is Z, this altogether is known as piezometric head. This altogether is known as piezometric head. What it is known as? Piezometric head. Okay. This pressure head plus datum head together is known as piezometric head. Now look at the hydraulic grade line and energy grade line for a horizontal pipe. When the pipe is horizontal, here the pipe was inclined, so there was a value of Z. When the pipe is horizontal, the reference line becomes the center axis or the center axis of the pipe. This center axis of the pipe becomes the reference line. So here in case of horizontal pipe, the value of Z, that is datum head, is 0. the value of Z datum head is 0, because now we are measuring everything from the axis of the pipe. This is the axis of the pipe, rest all remains same, rest all remains same. So, here the total head becomes, here in the case of hydraulic in the case of horizontal pipe, the total head is sum of pressure head P by rho g plus kinetic head V square by 2 g. Here there is no, as Z is equal to 0. So, there is a no value of Z over here. Here Z is equal to 0 for horizontal pipe. Horizontal pipe Z will be 0. Okay. So, in this scenario, piezometric head will be equal to pressure head. Earlier what we have said? Earlier we were talking about piezometric head. What is piezometric head? Piezometric head, pressure head plus datum head, P by rho g plus Z. As the value of Z is Z is 0, as the value of Z is equal to 0. So, now piezometric head becomes P by rho g. P by rho g is what? P by rho g is pressure head. P by rho g is pressure head. So, in case of horizontal pipe, what happens is piezometric head PIZO, piezometric head is equal to pressure head, is equal to pressure head. Piezometric head is equal to pressure head in case of horizontal pipe. Okay. Now, let us see one more example, real time example of this hydraulic gradient and energy, total energy line, hydraulic gradient line and energy gradient line. In this thing, you can see that the hydraulic grade line and energy grade line is also known as total energy grade line, TEL, total energy grade line, or TGL is same, total grade line. Okay, total energy grade line discharging freely in atmosphere. Here there were reservoirs at two sides, there were reservoir at A and there is reservoir at B. Okay. But in this, now in this scenario, the water is being pumped from reservoir A. We have reservoir A at one side, the water is being taken from reservoir A. Let me locate the pointer. The water is being carried from reservoir A, and at the other end what is happening is, at the other end here the water, here there is no reservoir, here the water is freely discharged into atmosphere, here the water is freely discharged into atmosphere. Here the water is freely discharged into atmosphere. So, how here energy grade line and hydraulic grade line varies. So, this, as you can see that there is a reference arbitrary datum, as there is a inclined plane. Okay. We have inclined plane over here, this inclined plane is known as datum head, this inclined plane is known as datum head. So, this, the distance from this arbitrary plane to center axis, this distance is how much? This is nothing but our Z value, this distance is nothing but Z value. From the center of the pipe to the piezometer reading, we have our pressure head, we have our pressure head. Okay. So, here due to the same, due to entry losses and formation of vena contracta, there is a abrupt change in the velocity, abrupt change in hydraulic gradient line. Here the hydraulic grade line is not smooth, as you can see. Same over here, hydraulic gradient line is not completely specified. Here it is smooth line, here it is a dotted line. So, there are variations. This is due to formation of vena contracta. Okay. Here is the same as earlier scenario. Now, look at the surface B. Now, look at the surface B. If you notice at the surface B, what is happening over here? this our hydraulic grade line is meeting with the axis of the pipe, center axis of the pipe. This is due to being this is because at the exit the pressure is 0, as the pressure is 0, it is subjected to atmosphere. As the pressure is 0, what is happening over here? This hydraulic grade line is meeting with center axis of the pipe. In earlier cases, if there was a reservoir instead of a freely discharged, what happens? That hydraulic grade line was meeting with the surface of the water at the reservoir B. But here there is no reservoir B, the water is being freely discharged. So, what is happening? It is meeting with the center axis of the pipe. It is meeting with the center axis of the pipe. Rest total energy grade lines remains the same. It remains the same. How it is remains the same? At the entrance, if you look at the entrance, what happens at the entrance? At the entrance, it is lowered from the surface of the water by a value of 0.5 V square by 2G, which was our entry loss. We are talking about total energy line, and when you look at this here from the pipe center pipe axis, again this value is total energy line is raised by the value of V square by 2G, which is our exit loss, which is nothing but our exit loss. So, this is how the sudden transformation of hydraulic grade line happens when there are both side reservoirs from reservoir A to reservoir B. What was the behavior of hydraulic grade line? Hydraulic grade line was meeting the surface of the water surface of reservoir B. But here, as in this case, the water is freely discharged, what it is happening? It is meeting the center line or center axis of pipe. Okay. And one more thing to be noted over here, the slope of this hydraulic grade line in this two scenario is given by, slope is denoted by I. Slope for this hydraulic grade line for this discharge freely into the atmosphere, we get it by HF, head loss divided by length, This is for horizontal pipe. These things where this I is equal to slope. This is the value of slope is head loss by length of the pipe. This is for horizontal pipe. In case of inclined pipe, I is head loss divided by horizontal projection of length of the pipe. This is for inclined pipe. This value is for inclined pipe. For inclined pipe, instead of length, we use horizontal projection of inclined pipe. This was about slope, and let us see one more example of this hydraulic grade line when there are different pipes connected in a series. Look at over here, the figure. There is a reservoir A. The water is being pumped from reservoir A to reservoir B. The water is being pumped from reservoir A to reservoir B, but here look at this pipe. The diameter of this pipe is different. Diameter of this pipe is also different. So, there is no constant diameter pipe between reservoir A and reservoir B. The water is being pumped or transported with different diameters of the pipe. So, how the hydraulic grade line changes occurs? Just look at the entrance. The entrance thing is same. Here there is abrupt changes. It starts from the surface of the water, abrupt changes, and see, when the water is flowing from this pipe till here, when there is a sudden contraction at this point, there is a sudden contraction, the water is transported, the water is facing sudden contraction. What do we mean by sudden contraction? when the water is flowing from larger diameter pipe to smaller diameter pipe, what happens? There is a sudden contraction. Similarly, phenomena is happening over here, where when the water from pipe this L1 from pipe P1 is flowing into P2. Let us see, this pipe is P1, this pipe is P2, this pipe is our P3. So, when the water is flowing from pipe P2 to P3, what is happening? There is a considerable fall in hydraulic gradient line. There is a considerable fall in hydraulic gradient line, and this fall continues till when this again there is a transfer of liquid from pipe P2 to P3. Here in this case, the water is flowing from smaller diameter pipe to larger diameter pipe. The water is being flown from smaller diameter pipe to larger diameter pipe. There is a sudden enlargement. Due to the sudden enlargement, again what is happening? There is a rise in hydraulic gradient line. Due to this again sudden enlargement, due to sudden contraction, what happened? There was a fall in energy gradient line. This is due to sudden enlargement, there is a rise in energy gradient line, and it meets the surface, and it meets the surface of the reservoir B. What? Hydraulic gradient line meets the surface of the reservoir B, and there are minor losses. The losses will be more. The losses corresponding to each pipe has to be considered here. The losses with respect to each pipe has to be considered over here. There are more losses in this scenario. Okay. So, I hope you have understood this hydraulic grade line thing, when it is connected in series, when it is transported from reservoir A, and when it is dropped freely into the atmosphere, and when it is transported from reservoir A to reservoir B, how these variations in hydraulic grade line and this total energy line is occurring. I hope you people have understood this, and let us see application. What are the application of this energy grade line and hydraulic grade line? Okay. The hydraulic grade line indicate the pressure along the pipe. As piezometers are installed at the every sections of the pipe, what happens? That piezometers gives the different reading. That piezometers, what does that piezometers give? When the suppose this is our horizontal pipe, to this horizontal pipe what happens? There are various piezometers are attached. So, that piezometer gives the reading. What does that piezometer gives? Piezometers give the pressure reading. That piezometer gives the pressure reading. So, it says this piezometers gives this pressure reading. So, hydraulic grade line indicate pressure along the pipe, pressure along the pipe. The vertical distance from the pipe to the hydraulic grade line is the pressure head at that point. When we talk about this point, the vertical distance from the pipe, this is let it be the axis of the pipe. From this distance to this pressure point, this distance is known as pressure head. This distance is known as pressure head. We have seen that this was our pipe, this is the axis of the pipe, a piezometer is installed, this was our piezometer reading. So, from this axis of the pipe to this piezometer reading, this is nothing but pressure head. This is nothing but pressure head at that point. The slope of hydraulic grade line is measured at the rate of head loss. What does this slope indicates? Slope indicates measure of the rate of head loss. Slope of this hydraulic grade line indicates the measure of the rate of head loss. And next, change in elevation of hydraulic grade line is due to change in velocity and diameter. Earlier in case of pipe, what we have seen, when the pipes were connected in series, hydraulic grade line which was following in this manner, there is a sudden drop, again it follows, again it follows. this rise or fall of this hydraulic gradient was due to diameter of pipe. See, when diameter of the pipe changes, automatically what happens, velocity is also changes. So, change in elevation of this hydraulic grade line, earlier also we have seen, earlier in this case, in this series things also we have seen that the hydraulic gradient which was constantly flowing constantly, at sudden if there is a change in pipe diameter, what happens, it falls below or it raises or falls. That is this change in elevation of this hydraulic grade line is due to change in velocity and diameter. And one more thing, at pipe outlet pressure head is 0. So, the pipe elevation and the hydraulic grade line coincides. In the second scenario, what, when the water is being transported from reservoir A to, from reservoir, when it was carried and left freely to the atmosphere, what was happening here, the pressure was 0. So, since the pressure was 0, what was happening, hydraulic grade line coinciding the center axis of the pipe. Next, the hydraulic grade line is a straight line only if the pipe is straight and uniform diameter. Hydraulic grade line is a straight line only if the pipe is straight and of uniform diameter. Energy grade line shows the rate at which energy decreases in a pipe. What does this our total energy grade line shows? It shows the rate at which energy decreases in a pipe. Hope you people have understood this concept. If you have any doubt in this concept, yeah, you are free to consult me at any time in the college, or you have any queries, you can post in the comment section of your YouTube video. Please give your attendance in the comment box. Thank you for your time.